Imagine changing how someone sees you from not caring about you at all to being genuinely interested in you. Does that seem impossible? Well, I'm going to tell you that the ancient Stoics already knew how to do it. In this video, we'll look at how the principles of Stoicism can help you change how someone doesn't value you without games or manipulations, but with wisdom and self-confidence. If you're new here, please like the video and subscribe. Only 15% of my audience is subscribed to the channel, so if this content has helped you in any way, please subscribe and hit the notification button. Let's begin this life-changing journey together. Have you ever felt ignored or undervalued by someone important to you? Have you ever thought about how to make that person see your true worth? We will talk about practical and philosophical PH strategies that go beyond the surface and help you build real worth that will be seen and valued by those around you. Watch until the end to find out how applying these teachings can improve your relationships and boost your self-esteem. It's not just about getting someone's attention, it's also about becoming the best version of yourself so that moms respect and are interested in you. Get ready for a shift in how you see things that could completely change your social and mental life. Everyone has heard of the word self-esteem, but not many really understand what it means and how important it is in our daily lives. Think of self-esteem as the foundation of a house. If the foundation is strong, everything you build on top of it will be stable. But if the foundation is weak, even a small breeze can bring the whole structure down. So why is self-esteem so important? Because it shapes how you see and value yourself. When you have high self-esteem, you know your worth and don't need constant approval from others. Imagine how freeing it would be to not need compliments or other people to make you feel good about yourself. Not only does this boost your confidence, it also lets you live your life in a more honest way that fits your values. Also, your self-esteem affects how other people see you. Have you noticed that confident people tend to get more respect and attention? This is because they radiate a positive energy and an inner security that is almost magnetic. We're not talking about arrogance here. We're talking about a calm and firm confidence that comes from within. Having high self-esteem also helps you deal with life's challenges and criticisms better. For example, when someone doesn't value you, you can stay calm and know that the problem isn't always with you. This lets you respond in a more balanced and assertive way, without letting other people's negativity affect your well-being. Now let's talk about how to boost your self-esteem, mainly by being tough. Stoics like Seneca and Marcus Aurelius did some amazing things to boost their self-esteem. One of these is daily reflection. Take a moment today to think about what you did and what you thought. If you want to do better tomorrow, ask yourself, did I live up to my beliefs today? This easy habit can help you learn more about yourself and value yourself more. Visualizing bad things is another Stoic exercise. It seems odd, but it works. Just think of the worst things that could happen. It's not meant to scare you, but to mentally prepare you and show you that you can handle even the worst situations. This makes you stronger and boosts your self-esteem when you succeed. Remember the phrase morti, which means love your fate. This doesn't mean being passive. It just means realizing that we can't change some things and need to make the best of what we have. When you accept this, you stop comparing yourself to others and start appreciating what you have and who you are. To improve your self-esteem, you need to learn more about yourself and accept yourself. If you follow these Stoic principles, you will not only boost your self-esteem, but you will also become a more confident, balanced, and happy person. Remember that you deserve to be valued, but it starts with you. Now that you know a bit about self-esteem and self-confidence, let's talk about how other people see you. To change how other people see you, you need to do things that boost your self-confidence and make your social interactions better. Here are 10 practical techniques based on Stoic principles and personal development. Each of them will help you become more authentic and respected, if in both your personal and business relationships. Let's start and discover how these strategies can make a difference in your life. Technique first. Self-sufficiency in emotions. One of the keys to a fuller and more balanced life is emotional self-sufficiency. This simply means that you can count on your own happiness and well-being without expecting other people to agree with you. Think about how freeing it would be to live your life without worrying about what other people think. It's important to put your own needs and happiness first. Realize that being emotionally independent doesn't mean you don't need other people. On the contrary, it means building a strong foundation of self-confidence and self-acceptance that lets you relate to others in a healthy and balanced way. When you value and acknowledge your own worth, you naturally attract respect and admiration, which helps you become emotionally independent. Start by giving yourself time to do things that make you happy and satisfied. Find hobbies you enjoy, learn something new, or just take some time to relax and think. This time alone will help you feel better about your self-confidence. Taking care of yourself is another important step. Take care of your physical, mental, and emotional health. This can mean doing things like meditating, working out regularly, or anything else that makes you feel good about yourself. The better you feel, the more independent you become. Also, learn to set healthy boundaries. Don't be afraid to say no when you need to, and keep your emotional space safe. Setting limits shows that you respect yourself and others, and it keeps you from being suffocated by what other people expect of you. Stoics taught us that focusing on what you can control is very important. When we accept that some things are out of our control, we can focus on what really matters in our lives. Emotional self-sufficiency is a process of continuous self-discovery and growth. It's about becoming the best version of yourself by recognizing your intrinsic value and living according to your own values. By taking this approach, you not only improve your own life, but you also change how others see you. After all, an emotionally self-sufficient person exudes confidence and naturally attracts the respect and admiration of those around them. Technique number 2, practicing virtue to continue our journey of emotional self-sufficiency. Let's talk about one of the most important ideas in Stoicism, practicing virtue. At the heart of this theory is the idea of living a virtuous life, which means following high moral standards like honesty and courage. What does this have to do with living a more balanced and emotionally independent life? Well, practicing virtue means always staying true to your values. When you act with integrity and follow your principles, you build a strong foundation of self-confidence and self-respect. This is essential for emotional independence because when you know you're doing the right thing, you don't need other people's approval to feel good about yourself. To begin, think about what virtues are most important to you. It could be honesty, empathy, courage, or any other value you hold dear. Then, make a conscious effort to incorporate these virtues into your daily actions. For example, if honesty is important to you, commit to being honest in all your interactions, even when it's hard. Having the courage to face your fears and problems is part of being virtuous. Being brave doesn't mean not being afraid. It means acting on your values despite the fear. Every time you face a tough situation with courage, you boost your self-esteem and emotional toughness. As Aristotle said, virtue is the balance between two vices, one of excess and the other of deficiency. Finding the middle ground in our actions and choices is an important part of being good, as this quote reminds us. Being just is another important virtue. Being fair to others not only makes your relationships better, but it also boosts your self-esteem. When you act justly, you make the world a better place, which makes it easier to live by your values. Finally, wisdom means always looking for information and learning new things. It also means being open to new ideas and ready to change your beliefs when needed. Being wise helps you make better, more balanced choices, which makes you emotionally independent. Being good is a way to keep growing and learning about yourself. By practicing these virtues every day, you not only become a better person, but you also build a strong base for facing life's challenges with grace and confidence. As a result, you become someone who exudes an inner strength that naturally earns respect and admiration from others. After all, living a good life is the key to a full and meaningful one. Third, being assertive in your conversation. It is important to talk about assertive communication as we continue our search for mental independence and the practice of virtue. One of the most important things you can do to build healthy, respectful relationships in your personal and professional life is to communicate assertively. What does this really mean? It means being honest about your thoughts and feelings without being hostile or passive. When you communicate assertively, you are practicing honesty, which is a key virtue we talked about earlier. Being honest with others and yourself builds trust and openness. This doesn't mean you have to be completely honest, but you should find a balanced way to say what you want and need to start practicing assertive communication. It's important to say what you want and need without blaming others. For example, you could say, "I feel forgotten" when I'm not being ignored, instead of saying, "You never listen to me." If you want to get your point across, this small change in the way you speak can make a big difference. One of the great thinkers, Aristotle, said that we become what we repeatedly do. This means that excellence is not an act but a habit. This is very true for assertive communication. Becoming a strong person. Communicator needs to be used regularly and regularly. Each interaction is a chance to get better at this skill and build stronger relationships. Active listening is also an important part of assertive communication. It's not enough to just talk. You have to really listen to what the other person has to say. This shows respect and empathy, which are two qualities that make any relationship stronger. When you listen carefully, you can better understand the wants and points of view of others, which makes it easier to come to an agreement or settle a disagreement. Building. Keeping eye contact is another helpful trick. When you talk to someone, looking them in the eyes shows that you're paying attention and interested in what they have to say. This not only boosts your trustworthiness but also makes them feel like they are important. Remember that assertive conversation works both ways, so be ready to get feedback and criticism. It shows that you are emotionally mature to accept other people's views with respect and care. It can also help you grow and keep getting better. Practicing virtue every day and learning how to communicate assertively is a powerful way to strengthen your emotional independence. When you communicate clearly and respectfully, you build bridges instead of walls, making deeper and more meaningful connections with the people around you. Technique number 4. Active listening. Now that we've talked about bold communication, let's talk about how important it is to actively listen. Active listening means more than just hearing what someone says. It also means understanding and thinking about what they say. It is an important skill for making relationships that last longer and are more meaningful. Active listening means giving the person talking your full attention. This means putting down your phone and focusing on the conversation. Show that you are there and interested by making eye contact and using confirming gestures like nodding. This shows respect and consideration, making a place where people can trust each other. Part of active hearing is also asking good questions. Getting more information from the other person by asking clarifying questions shows that you care about what they have to say and want to understand it better. This makes the other person feel heard and respected. Another good method is to rephrase what was said. By saying what you understood in your own words, you make sure there were no mistakes and show the person you are listening that you are paying attention. This real-time feedback makes conversation clearer and more effective. Plato, a Greek philosopher, said that wisdom starts with wonder. When you actively listen, this wonder turns into real interest in other people's lives and points of view. Developing this curiosity helps us learn more about the world and the people in it, which makes our exchanges better and our relationships stronger. Active hearing also helps people understand others. To build strong relationships, you need to put yourself in the other person's shoes and try to understand their feelings and goals. This practice not only helps people talk to each other better, but it also makes the emotional connection between them stronger, making a place where people can support and understand each other. It is very important to avoid interruptions. Wait for the other person to finish talking before you answer. Interrupting can come off as rude and shows that you're not interested in what they have to say. Giving someone a chance to say everything they want to say shows that you value what they have to say. Active listening requires patience and awareness in a world full of distractions. Giving someone your full attention and time is a valuable gift. This habit not only makes your personal and business relationships better, it also helps you grow as a person. Getting better at hearing what others say. Anyone who wants to improve their relationships and interactions must learn how to listen. By listening, you show respect, empathy, and a sincere desire to understand the other person, which makes your conversations more meaningful and enriching. Number 5. Dependability and stability. Being consistent and dependable go hand in hand and are both necessary for making relationships stay strong. Being consistent means always living up to your values and promises. Being dependable means always being someone others can count on. These two traits are essential for any healthy relationship, personal or professional. Let's start with consistency. Keeping things the same. When you're consistent in what you do and how you react, people around you know what to expect from you. This not only helps build trust, but it also creates an atmosphere of stability and mutual respect. To be consistent, it's important to keep your promises and honor your commitments. Being consistent means doing what you say you will do. This may seem like a simple rule, but in the busyness of daily life, we forget how little things can affect how others see us. Being on time, meeting deadlines, and taking care of your responsibilities are practical ways to show that you are reliable. Being reliable, on the other hand, means more than just keeping your word. It also means being able to be a constant source of support for others. This means being there when they need you and giving help without being asked. Showing understanding and care during tough times. People will trust you more if you do things over and over again that show them they can count on you. Aristotle said that we are what we do over and over again. This means that excellence is not an act, but a habit. Using this insight in our daily lives means that being dependable and steady should be something we do all the time. You don't get these traits overnight, you have to work at them over time. Being consistent and reliable also boosts your credibility at work. These traits are highly valued and can lead to new opportunities and responsibilities at home. They strengthen family bonds and create an atmosphere of trust and support. And finally, it's important to communicate clearly. People will trust you more if they know they can talk to you and that you will be honest and direct. This is because open and honest conversation makes people feel like they can trust you. To grow these traits, trust each other even more. Self-reflection and dedication are important. Ask yourself if the things you do every day show the values you want to show. Be ready to make changes and keep getting better. Being dependable and steady is more than just a habit. Adopting these principles will make every part of your life better. Not only will they help you have better relationships with other people, but they will also make you a more valuable and respected person. After all, trust is earned over time through steady and dependable actions. Method number 6. Feelings of empathy is a powerful trait that can change the way we interact with others. It means being able to understand how someone else feels and see things. In a world that is both more connected and more alone, empathy is more important than ever for making real connections that last. Active listening is the first step in showing empathy. When someone talks, it's important to not only hear the words but also understand how they're feeling. Show that you're really there by giving the conversation your full attention and not cutting them off. To show understanding, just paying attention while listening is a big step forward. In addition to listening, it's important to recognize and validate the emotions of others. Sometimes all people want is to be heard and understood. By recognizing their feelings, you're not necessarily agreeing with them, but you are showing respect and understanding. Saying things like, "I understand how you feel," can make a big difference. You've made it halfway through the video. I commend you on your efforts to improve yourself, and I humbly ask that you leave a comment. If you don't know what to say, just write mind over body. If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe for more like it. I've also included links to some books on Stoicism that helped me become the man I am today, and will help you develop a Stoic mindset as well. Another important skill is being able to provide mental support. This can be done by saying comforting things, showing solidarity, or just being there when things get tough. When you see someone is having a hard time, you should do something about it. For example, if you see someone having a problem, you could help them solve it or just be there for them. Empathy isn't just important when things are sad or hard, it's also important when things are happy and going well. Celebrating other people's successes as if they were your own shows that you have a kind and open heart. This kind of behavior builds relationships and makes a space where everyone can help each other. Confucius said, "Do not do to others what you would not have done to yourself." This quote tells us that empathy means treating others the way we would want to be treated. By putting this idea into practice in our daily lives, we can make the world a more caring and understanding place. Developing empathy takes work and practice. To better understand how others feel, you need to be aware of your own emotions and be able to control them. Some things that can help you become more self-aware at work are meditation and personal thought. Empathy makes it easier to work together and talk to each other at home. It also strengthens family and friendship bonds, and it creates a space where everyone feels valued and understood. Being empathetic is an investment in your relationships and your own happiness. When you practice empathy, you not only make other people's lives better, but you also make your own better. After all, understanding and feeling with the other is what it means to be human. Number 7. How you look. Personal look is more than just vanity. It's how we show the world who we are and how that impacts our self-esteem and how other people see us. It's not necessary to spend hours in front of the mirror to take care of your look. Instead, it's important to show respect for yourself and others by keeping clean. Being clean and well-groomed sends a message that you value yourself. Little things you do every day, like taking a bath every day, brushing your teeth and keeping your nails clean, can make a big difference in how you look. Another important thing is to dress properly for the event. Putting on clothes that are appropriate for the situation and in good shape shows that you value what you're doing and the people you are meeting. Your clothes don't have to be expensive or fancy. What matters is that you look good and feel good. Your physical health is also very important to how you look. Getting enough sleep, staying busy, and eating a balanced diet can all help you look better and feel better in general. When you feel good physically, it shows in your posture and behavior. Taking care of your skin and hair is very important, but this is something that is often forgotten. A good haircut and some simple skincare can make you feel a lot better about your self-esteem. Even simple things like a good shampoo and lotion can make a big difference. Personal appearance also includes how you act emotionally. Having a good mood, a genuine smile, and an open posture can make you look better and make people feel more comfortable around you. As the philosopher Ralph Waldo Emerson said, "The first wealth is a good attitude." Healthcare. Being healthy is the first step to looking good. Taking care of your physical and mental health is important for feeling good and looking good. How you look affects how others see you and how you see yourself. Being happy with your appearance can boost your confidence and self-esteem, which can have a positive effect on every part of your life. At work, a good appearance can show that you are professional and competent. In social settings, it can make interactions more pleasant and positive. Always keep in mind that how you look doesn't define who you are, but it can help you feel good about yourself and make good impressions. Taking care of yourself is a sign of self-worth that can change your confidence in the way you interact with others. After all, what you do and how you feel are both affected by how well you take care of yourself. Number 8. Getting better at social skills. Getting better at social skills is important to get along better with others and build stronger ties. Not everyone is born with these skills, but the good news is that you can learn them and get better at them with hard work and practice. Start with starting talks. It can be hard for some people to take the first step, but being nice and simple can help. Active hearing is another important skill. Ask something about the situation or say something nice. This shows that you are interested and breaks the ice. Listen to what the other person is saying without cutting them off or thinking about what you're going to say next. Showing that you are listening builds respect and trust, which are important in any relationship. Body language is also important. Keep your back straight. Look people in the eye and smile. These body language cues show that you are friendly and interested in interacting. They can help people talk to each other and make chats more comfortable. It is important to practice empathy. People should try to understand how others feel and what they see. You don't have to agree with them all the time, but showing that you do makes the emotional connection stronger and helps fix problems more effectively. It's important to communicate clearly and directly. Don't beat around the bush. Be direct, but always polite. Being honest about your thoughts and feelings helps avoid misunderstandings and makes the exchange more productive and pleasant. It's important to learn how to deal with feedback and criticism. Instead of getting angry or feeling attacked, see criticism as a chance to improve. You should thank the person who gave you feedback, think about it, and use it to make your skills and behavior better. Being real is important for learning how to get along with other people. Genuineness is something that people like. Don't try to be someone you're not just to please other people. Be yourself and show what you believe in. Being real builds trust and makes relationships last longer. Another important skill is learning how to solve conflicts. There will always be disagreements, but how you handle them is what matters. Try to find fair and peaceful solutions. Stay cool and ready to compromise when needed. This shows that you are an adult and makes relationships stronger. One great way to improve these skills is to take part in social activities. Join clubs, interest groups, or community events to get the chance to practice and improve your social skills in a variety of settings. Putting time and effort into improving your social skills will make your personal and work life better. Healthy, strong relationships are essential to happiness and success. By getting better at these skills, you feel more confident and ready to handle the challenges of everyday life. After all, one of the keys to a fuller and more satisfying life is truly connecting with the people around you. Number 9, hope and happiness. Positivity and confidence are strong emotions that can change your life. Looking on the bright side doesn't mean ignoring problems. It means focusing on solutions and chances. Having a good outlook can make you stronger. Get along better with others and even get promoted better health to encourage happiness, beginning by being thankful. Every day, take a moment to think about what you're thankful for. It could be something as easy as a tasty breakfast or a nice conversation. This habit helps you focus on the good things in your life, which makes you happy and satisfied. It also makes a big difference to use positive words. As an alternative to saying, "This is hard," or "This is a challenge, but I can get through it," make positive statements. Marcus Aurelius said that the happiness of your life depends on the quality of your thinking. This small change in how you say something can affect your mood and how other people react to you. To have positive thoughts, you need to do more than just stay happy. You need to train your mind to see the best in every situation. Learn to recognize your bad thoughts and replace them with more positive ones. Instead, it's important to surround yourself with upbeat people. The people you hang out with affect your state of mind. Spend time with people who lift your spirits, support you, and inspire you. These relationships will help you stay optimistic and have a good attitude. Taking care of your body also has a direct effect on your mind. A healthy, balanced diet, regular exercise, and good sleep are all important for keeping your mind healthy and positive. When your body is healthy, so is your mind. Facing problems with optimism is also important. Instead of seeing problems as insurmountable obstacles, see them as chances to learn and grow. Each problem you overcome builds your confidence and resilience, making you better prepared to face future problems with a positive attitude. Meditation and other relaxation methods can help you keep your emotions in check and see the bright side of things. These techniques help clear the mind, lower stress, and calm the mind, letting you deal with problems better. Taking pride in your accomplishments, no matter how small, boosts your confidence and keeps you motivated. High moments of celebration give you a sense of progress and success, which feeds a positive cycle in your life. Making positivity and optimism a daily habit changes not only your life, but also the people around you. Positive thinking not only helps yourself, but also those around you. By choosing to see the bright side of things and staying positive, you make the world a better and healthier place for everyone. It's important for both personal and professional growth to give and receive helpful feedback. But how do you do it well? Let's look at some practices that can help make feedback back a powerful and positive tool. First, it's important to be specific. Instead of saying something like, "You need to improve," point out specific behaviors or actions. For example, "I've noticed that you have trouble making deadlines. Maybe we can work together to help you get better at managing your time." This kind of feedback is more helpful because it tells the person exactly what they need to do to improve. It's also important to keep a positive and encouraging tone, even when the feedback is negative. It should be given in a way that motivates the person to do better, not one that makes them feel bad about themselves. One good example is balancing bad comments with good things. First, point out something good the person did, and then talk about what they need. Finish on a positive note about the person's promise and ways they can improve. Socrates said that the key to change is to put all of your energy into making the new, not fixing the old. Using this advice in feedback means focusing on ways to improve and grow in the future, instead of just criticizing the past. It's also important to listen actively and let the person respond and share their own thoughts. This not only shows respect, but it can also give you useful information you hadn't thought of before. An open conversation makes the feedback process more collaborative and less one-sided. Apart from just pointing out problems, another way to make comments more useful is to offer solutions. Offer detailed solutions or ways to make things better. This helps the person see what they need to do next and boosts their confidence in their ability to make changes. The amount of feedback is also important. Don't wait for official evaluations to talk about what you saw. Constant and regular comments can keep problems from building up and make corrections easier to handle. Making small changes over time is more helpful than making big changes all at once. Another important thing is the intention behind the feedback. Make sure that your goal is to really help the person grow and get better. Feedback that comes from empathy and a real desire to help someone grow is much more effective than criticisms that come from anger or impatience. Last but not least, be open to the feedback you get. Showing that you are willing to improve yourself builds trust and respect between people, which makes it easier for everyone to give and receive constructive advice. Using these tips turns feedback into a strong tool for both personal and professional growth. With clarity, positivity, and an eye on the future, feedback can lead to big changes and stronger relationships, making the workplace more productive and peaceful. You can use all of these skills in your everyday life. For example, active listening can make your interactions at work and at home much better, creating an atmosphere of respect and understanding. When you work on being emotionally independent, you become less reliant on other people's opinions and more focused on your own worth. Now that we've talked about these useful techniques, it's time to use them. Remember that knowing something is only the first step. What really matters is putting what you know to use. Think about how your life will be different once you learn to be emotionally independent. Start today by practicing virtue every day or talking more assertively and empathetically. Pick the technique that spoke to you the most and try to work it into your daily life. For example, set aside 5 minutes in the morning to think about your virtues or use active listening in your next conversation. Small actions you take every day can add up to big changes over time. If you run into problems, don't give up. Personal growth is an ongoing process, and every step, no matter how small, is a step toward a more complete and authentic version of yourself. If this message helped you in any way, please like and comment so that the algorithm can suggest it to someone else who needs it right now. Don't forget to subscribe so that you don't miss any new videos, and have a great day.